It is Copper Owl. I'm back on the road. We are traveling from Tulsa to Bella Vista, Arkansas tonight. The coin show has come and gone, and we were there all 3 days. Didn't think we were going to be able to do something like that, but I'm glad we could. It was a great time. Didn't sell as much as I'd hoped to. Got a few things there at the end, but ended up spending it on something else too. So the good news is I achieved 2 goals while we were there. The first of which was to take a lot of your contributions to the stream and turn those back into items that support the stream in the way of incentives and giveaways. So we have done that. We are flush in quarters and dimes and pennies. We're still looking good on nickels. Found a couple of SLQs that I think when we have a nice giveaway, we can add those in just to sweeten the pot a little bit. So I am seeing a few people in there. Looks like David Carlisle's in, Jim Cantor, Christian Man's in. I missed one of the other names, I'm sorry. Looks like 5 of us are in there. Old Bell's on. How we doing, Old Bell? We are headed to Pa's house, Pa's Spare Time. We were hanging with them at their tables. We're kind of way back in the back to where you had to make sure that you were making a find us, but that's okay. We did all right. Made a lot of really fun purchases, things that are going to help the stream out. Got a couple personal things along the way. Had to do that. And maybe we'll see shorts on those here real soon. Nice sky. Yep, that is true. We do have a nice sky tonight. So, got some 40s as well. If I had one thing that I would think we need a little bit of in the next month or so would be some 90s. I'll be looking out for those. Christian Man, was the prices kind of high, not bad, or does it vary? I would say it kind of varies. I think there's some things that I probably had priced a little too high. How far to pause? I think we have about an hour and a half. Yep, about an hour and 20 minutes at this point. So we're on I-44 headed east. Just driving by a big electric power plant off to my left. So I've got my Quick Trip drink handy. Where are we? Okay, so I would say we're about 35 miles east of Tulsa. Flying with the Owl, that's right. Saw a lot of great people there. We love to get the deals. We love to make some sales. I'd love to do more of some of that kind of stuff. I just don't really have the time and means to make more than about one or more coin shows in a year. But this is a pretty good one to go to. We'll see if they're going to make some changes.
In a quarter mile, keep right to continue on US 412 East Cherokee Turnpike.
There's misdirections right there. I guess that's kind of a funny ironic misdirections.
Keep right to continue on US 412 East.
Oklahoma before, so I don't want to do that again. I think we're all good. Great Scott's there. We saw Great Scott there. We saw, and Greater Scott, his dad. And I was with another. That was a whole lot of fun. We had a great time kind of watching each other's stuff. Ended up being next door to teacher again this year. That was fun. Kevin with Coins Making Sense was a little further away from us this year, but still got to mingle with him. So it was kind of like reliving last year again. We got a Mad Raid coming in. Nice. Everybody who's been checking out Mad Stacker, welcome in. Mad Stacker must have streamed about 12 times. Okay, I didn't realize that. It's very possible out here in kind of the middle of in between cities out here. So if I do, I apologize. Got a Mad Raid coming in. Raid! Good to see you, Mad Stacker. Are you back on the road, bud? So, always good to see names of the folks we just got to spend 3 days hanging out with. Always a fun time. We got to see Rhonda, or Roseanne. Got to meet Roseanne. Got to see MJ Squirrel, Ike's Girl, Resin Dragon. My gosh, how many others? We saw Keith and Angel. Of course, Rob Finds Treasure. We saw Silver Seeker and Ravenhawk. Saw Great Scott. Saw Mad Stacker, Everyday Copportunity, and Lady Copportunity. Saw Ida Herring. Saw the live coin Q&A bunch. In particular, Paula Bloom and Shannon Smith. Let's see, if I work my way around the table, who else do I find there? Well, I mentioned Kevin with Coins Making Sense and Great Scott. Thinking around the other one, Walker Magnet was there. That was very cool. Finally got to meet up with him in person. Had a great time doing that. Paul's Spare Time, of course, and he had Hudson and Rhett there. Rhett was a trading machine, man. Rhett was super cool. He kind of started that whole thing where he took like a paper clip and traded it up, and then took that next thing and traded it up. And we helped him out a couple times, and he started off with a couple things that weren't too valuable, weren't too expensive. He worked himself up to at least $100 worth of value last I checked, because he had a $65. He might have had $110 worth of value. He had a $65 ASE and a $45 Morgan dollar that he had traded for. He was still trying to improve upon that last I checked. So Gilbert Rogers, how are we doing? Gilbert, you can do me a big favor. I need to make sure that I have your updated address in my log. If you wouldn't mind emailing me your new address at copperowlcoins@gmail.com. Just copperowlcoins all run together at gmail.com is my email. If you would please do that, that would be done. Great, you're done. Awesome. And I tell you what, if this is a repeat request or something you've already done, my apologies. I missed it, and I got something I sent to you back in the mail. So Rhonda, Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. You don't want to hear Copper Owl sing, not after these couple days. Let's see. Let's keep talking about who else we saw. We saw Baseman 64. That's always a treat. We had Southern Metal. He was there with his son Chris. That was definitely fun. Let's see. We saw Treasure Charger, and then we got to see T. Lovett. I believe Chief Stacker was there, although I didn't get to meet him personally. I believe I saw him. Sound like the singer. Well, my singing is not something that anybody should ever emulate. Oh, Gilbert, that's fine. I mean, that's very sweet of you. Not necessary, but I will take the help and the support. Speaking of help and support, as you guys might remember, during the month of June, we started a contest with $5 super chats. As of now, we will be taking entries for the July contest. I was able to pick up several silver rounds, and I think you're going to like some of these. There's a few of them that I'm like, man, I picked them up for the purpose of the contest, but I kind of like them. I start to feel like Danny Coker on Count Customs when he fixes up a car and makes it look just so sweet. He has a hard time parting with it. That kind of feels like what I run into. So are you doing your regular hunt on Sunday at Paws? That's the plan, Jim. That is the plan. I'm not sure if we're doing one box or two. We will have to see what happens. Girl, absolutely. And T. Lovett. Got to meet Greg King. Thank you, Mandy's Candy. Oh my. Anyway, I'm getting better at giving out hugs. Picked up a nice owl silver round from MJ Squirrel. Saved on some shipping there for MJ. That was cool. Got to meet the Daniel and Shelly Lauren. That was very cool. They drove in from New York. And what's actually cool is, I'll be going to Paul's actually. It sounds like, if he were running a bed and breakfast, he would be all booked. All booked up. So, oh goodness, what did we sell? Sold a couple of albums that I've used previously, and they are now in the hands of some kids that a couple different kids that are going to enjoy putting those together. One was a Whitman US typeset. It's not quite as robust as the Dansko 7070. I think that's the correct reference for it, which is the US typeset for Dansko, but the Whitman one is a little skinnier book, not quite as many entries. How did you get your channel name? If you're asking me, Mad Stacker, I kicked around about 20 different names at one point, and looking back at it, I think I made the right choice, because the others, there's a few of them that were a little hokey. But to get down to it, the Copper and Copper Out came from, is a little bit of a nod or an ode to my great-grandmother, who got me started hunting coins in like her old antique Folgers coffee cans, and she would let me pick through pennies and find the wheats and the Indians, and she would let me hang on to those when I was a kid. Every time we would visit, we lived about 30 miles away, and she let me save about 2 or 3 every visit. And I think by the time I had gone through them all, I had picked them clean, and I had like about 4 full rolls of wheat pennies at that point. And to this day, I still have those tubed up and separate from everything else that I've collected. So they are forever coins, even if they are not the best or the ones that fill a spot. They're just special to me. So that's where the copper comes from. I realized I could have picked a more exotic metal for a name, but copper seemed to work. The owl is actually a couple different knots. I do like the outdoors. I have, it's a little bit of a tie to Boy Scouts. Not long before I started the channel, I had recently completed the Boy Scout Wood Badge training. And if anybody's been through that, they know that all the participants get separated into patrols, and the patrols have different critters assigned to them. And that's the critter group that you get, or the critter patrol. And our patrol was the owls. And I had a great time with that. And it taught me a lot about how to help out scouts, but also a lot of other life lessons and leadership skills. So it felt like a good marriage between copper and owl. And, guess what? I work with coins. So it was a lot better than Penny Commander or straight face coins or stuff like that. I'd come up. I actually just looked at that list not too long ago, and because I'd kept some notes as I was preparing, and when I go back and I look, copper owl coins actually became the clear choice among the other 19. So it's kind of wild that way. So, but anyhow, let's see, what else were we buying, or what else did we sell? We sold a Westward Journey nickel collection. Sold a $5 Hawaii note. Sold a $1 Hawaii note. How are the owlets doing? From what I hear back home from Mama Owl, the owlets are doing well. One is at a friend's house. Another has made it home from his week at summer camp on staff. He'll be going back tomorrow, but he's getting some much needed sleep, doing some laundry, and hopefully finishing his Eagle Scout stuff so he can advance in his honor tribe next week. That was one of my big concerns coming up here, or coming to the show, was missing out on that. So, American Eagle Hoarder, hello, good to see you. The owlet number 3, I think he went to his drum lesson today and is probably just hanging out. And then the youngest owlet, I think is just hanging out today. Mama Owl is out with some girlfriends celebrating some birthdays tonight, so I think she probably set the kids up. My guess would be she set them up with some pizza, and they will just have to not tear themselves up or the house or anything tonight. They should be just fine. So anyhow, Jim Cantor, there we go. What else did we sell today, or this week? I sold a silver round. There was a pilgrim round. And it was kind of crazy because my intention was to use that as the June Silver Round giveaway. And then somebody made me an offer for it that I couldn't really ignore. That being said, I was able to go back to the same place where I got it and get another good deal on it. Both the seller and I was able to make some money on it for the first go around. So I got another one, and somebody really nobody else wanted it the rest of the time. So I will probably feature that when we get going tomorrow as the silver round for the June contest. So I need to put together that wheel so we can do it elimination style, of course. We got several people with multiple entries on there, so hopefully if they're still around, I'll be able to just hand it to them over at Pa's place. There's going to be a lot of people staying at Pa's tonight. We're going to be doing some Poinsomniacs. And then tomorrow we'll do some streaming for Copper Owl. And then I'll be heading home, which will be great. Always like being able to head home after having a great weekend. Really kind of puts me in the mood to have a better week, once I get back to work. We'll see. Last week was a lot of fun because we had a chance, Mrs. Al and me had a chance to just get away from our normal life and get out to Colorado and enjoy about 3 or 4 days together. And well, that was much needed, and it kind of became, the rest of the week was a little bit of a hangover period of enjoying it enough to where you just kind of had trouble coming back and getting busy again. So who's talking here? Oh, hey David, good to see you. And yep, there we go. Oh my goodness, what are some things we bought this week? A roll of quarters, a roll of dimes, a roll of Indian heads, about 2.5 rolls of 40s. So we're looking good there. Just had another long nap. Drive safely. Yeah. Hey, Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson did me a huge solid because he was wearing his Copper Owl coin shirt at the show today. Thank you, Sam. Got the 2.5 rolls of 40s. Bought those from Sam very early on. That was good. Got some large cents. Got some. Got a toned 1987 ASE. That was looking good. We donated 2 rounds to St. Jude's with Ida Herring. That was a good thing. Got a James Webb telescope. I want to say it's about 1 ounce, but it might be more. I don't know. I would have to weigh it. But it's really cool looking. We'll show that off. Highlight of it was definitely the trade dollar. Is about, I'm gonna say, an XF35 trade dollar. Better than I thought. What's an ASE? I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. I looked at the screen and I thought it was American Eagle Hoarder being kind of a smart aleck, asking what an ASE was. ASE is an American Silver Eagle. So that's the 1 ounce bullion coins that we make. We used to have the heraldic eagle on the back. Oh, okay, yeah. Sometimes we throw those around a little bit loosely. They used to have the heraldic eagle on the back. Now they have a eagle that looks like it's kind of landing with the design has one wing that kind of would extend past the rim, so it looks like it's clipped. Not really my favorite design, but I guess it'll work. It is what it is now, right? I would have to look and see. I know that I believe Walker Magnet handed me some things I got in an auction. A Britannia, a really nice Mercury dime, and then I believe it was an MS-66 wheat penny, something he had found in one of the mom and pop penny boxes. So we'll see what one of those has here soon. We will definitely make a special video for that. We might just have to hunt that one live with a special time and a special place, who knows. Gosh, I'm trying to think what else we bought. Bought the $5 Hawaii note, bought the $1 Hawaii note, turned around and sold those for a little extra. Bought some rounds from Teacher. I should have a koala, a Darth Vader, a Japanese immigrant to Hawaii silver round, some type of commemorative round like that, a Hawaii coin that was sterling silver. One thing that I got at the tail end, I found a third accent. Oh my gosh. Sam Wilson, you're just too good at this. I hope you did find that third accented hair. That would be amazing. Item I got at the end of the... a little tired. Third item at the end of the show was I think these are either brass or copper, but got a good deal on some Franklin Mint. It's a Franklin Mint series, and it looks like it's either brass or copper rounds, and we'll use a bunch of those as giveaways. They kind of depict different achievements throughout our history as a country. So big bunch of those. I think over 100 of those. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. They take up some room. I will tell you that for sure. A little tired. Oh man, I missed the last message or two there. A little long. I wasn't able to grab it all while I was driving. Looked away. But at any rate, we had a lot of good buys. Got a 1985 Canadian mint set. That was good. What else? Picked up what looks like a sailboat silver round. Blast some music if you have to stay awake. Got to meet a bunch of folks that like to do some metal detecting. That was always good. Met up with some folks that are doing some eBay selling but might be interested in getting into the YouTube theater. Had a great dinner last night. Some barbecue and chicken fingers and things like that. I thought it was really tasty. Got to stay in a hotel downtown Tulsa. One of those where it seems like the rate's really nice, but the rate's real low for the room, but then they get you on parking and they get you on if you eat there. So let's see, instead of being an extra $45 a night, they keep it down at like $120 a night.
In half a mile, merge onto US 412 East, US 59 South.
All right. Well, I am going to need to make sure that I do that. So let me just kind of pay attention to where I'm going here. Oh, okay. This is easy. Yeah, it's just two lanes merge here, so no
Continue
problem.
on US 412 East for 13 miles.
Okay, so keep going straight, 13 miles. Not too bad. So anyway, that kind of is the nutshell version of who we saw, who we talked to. Gosh, I'm trying to think of some of the other names that we saw. We saw Greg King, saw Ringmaster Ray, saw Treasure Hog, I am headed for Arkansas, Sam. I'm going to be staying at Pa's Spare Time's house tonight. So I might have to organize my goodies tonight. Who knows? You know what, man? I think the box that I had all my stuff in is actually heavier than when I left, so you tell me if that means we had a good time or not. Collected a bunch of stickers, gave out a bunch of stickers, sold a few shirts, gave out a few shirts. If you guys are curious what the shirt design looks like, I can put one back out there. It might be like on one of my early community posts. I forget if I've put one out there or not, but I can do that again. If you guys are eager to have a shirt, I have a few less than I came with, but if I have the correct size, I would love to get you one. I'm only asking 15. Is it the one you wore today? Yes, it is. That is the correct one. Just in general, it was kind of nice to get together and hang out with a bunch of really cool people that we've met here in the streaming world, and especially the coin channel world. Always glad to meet other people that are doing the same thing as you, maybe doing something a little bit different. There's a lot of different ways to do your channels, of course. Some of them prefer to be coin roll hunting focused like we are. Some of them will do, some of them will do a lot more auctions, or maybe even be primarily auction driven. Others like to play a lot of games. There's lots of ways to do your channels. My preference is the coin roll hunting, and probably second would be the auctions. I think that gives us a lot of freedom to be able to do some fun things there. I can definitely see where the ones that do focus a little more on games are having their fun too, and can be kind of an adrenaline rush for everybody that's playing. Hard to say no to that. But I think you can just expect to see more of what Copper Owl has brought to you so far, and hopefully that's good enough, and we'll continue to deliver what we have in the past and keep it going. So, well, we are 37 minutes in, and I think I'm just going to pay more attention to the road. I want to thank all of you that joined in. I have about 15 people in here, I think. Really want to thank you for tuning in while we're on the road. Might do some more of that tomorrow. But we'll definitely be looking out for you guys on your streams and on our monitors, maybe even our phones, kind of like what we're doing here. But it's always a good day to be able to do this and to talk with you guys, get a chance to do some things that we like to do. So looks like a police officer just pulled out in front of us, so we're going to make sure that we don't draw his interest too much, and we're going to slow things down just a little bit. We've got a speed zone coming up, so we're going to take care of that, and we're on our way to Paws. We'll see you a little bit later on Paws Spare Time tonight. Can't wait to see what Paws Coin Room is all about. I've heard it is pretty magnificent. We will see what that looks like, and just want to thank him for providing some space on the table and letting us have a chance to really engage with him and others. And we're going to need to stop because this person didn't decide they didn't need to use their brake lights. Too bad. Well, all right. Now that they're out of the way, we're going to keep cruising. So, eyes on the road, Copper Owl. We're going to get out of here. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you again a little bit later tonight. Check out Paws Spare Time for some Coinsomniacs tonight. We will see you then.